Alright, here's an update to my Medaka Ricefish project. I've gotten most, if not all, my fish into the tanks, and everyone seems to be pretty happy and healthy. For these pools, the smaller one I've been putting plants in. I'm going to make it my planted pool. I more than likely won't add any type of fish, only because it makes it kind of difficult to catch them without ripping any of the plants out. So this will be mostly for propagating different aquatic plants. This pool will be strictly for breeding. I've added a couple side filters to it to keep the water extra clean. I have I believe it's a 200 watt or 300 watt heater that I have set to, let's see, 73. So that keeps it warm. And then I have a wave maker. Where do I have one? I think I have one. Yeah, there's one here. So I think there are 2 or 5 watt wave makers that moves the water around, so it's constantly going, but it's not powerful enough to where they have to constantly struggle against it. The middle is definitely the calm spot. For that pool over there, I'm nearly done taking it down. I've gotten all the fish out of it, and I'm working on the shrimp and the gravel, and then I'll probably put a grow tent for my plants right there. I've been using the barrel as a cactus barrel to keep it warm, since the weather is starting to get cold, but that'll be it. Back to fish soon. That's temporary. But as far as these tanks go, I've moved a lot of the rocks and wood to the back of the tank for a lot of these, just so they're out of the way, so when I do have to pick out the correct fish for breeding, it'll be a little easier to catch them. I had someone in the last video or whichever comment on what type of soil I use, and for the overall tank I use a really thin layer of gravel, like just enough to barely cover, just so when I do clean it, it's really easy to get all of it relatively quick. For these potted plants, I use a mixture of aqua soil and gravel and pebbles. Pretty much, just a combination of whatever I have on hand. But you really don't need much for the plants that I have. These are all low-tech plants that don't require any type of special CO2 or fertilizer. So they do well with really any type of soil. So I really think the trick to it is to get plants that do well with most environments. But yeah, as far as an update, I mean, there's not too much going on. I moved a bunch of different things. I have the ficus over here now, and for the top I've added more plants from outside on top, and I have the saran wrap over to give them extra humidity, so those will probably be ready within the next week, I want to say. It'll look really cool. It'll be like a layer of just plants and bushes going across the top of the tank, so it'll give it a really cool natural look, especially when you look down under and you see all the roots and stuff. So that'll be cool. But yeah, that's most of my video. I guess I'll do some shots of the fish underwater and whatnot.